In a world saturated with noise, distraction, and constant validation seeking, the ability to sit alone in silence is not just rare, it's revolutionary. Picture a man sitting alone in a coffee shop. Everyone else around him is glued to their screens, scrolling, swiping, snapping photos. But he, with his earbuds in, listening to philosophy, exudes a quiet confidence. He's not lonely. He's not seeking attention. He's simply content with himself. That makes him the most dangerous person in the room. But why? Why does society fear the self-sufficient individual? The lie of neediness. Society is built on a myth that we are incomplete without others. From advertising to social media, everything whispers the same message. Find your tribe, find your soulmate, find your community. On the surface, these messages sound supportive, but underneath lies a powerful form of control. A person constantly seeking external validation is easier to manipulate, market to, and influence. This is why someone who is genuinely content alone, who doesn't crave approval, popularity, or connection for the sake of filling a void, is so unsettling. They challenge the very structure that keeps most people compliant. Philosophy as armor history gives us powerful examples of such dangerous individuals. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, despite ruling the known world, spent his evenings in quiet self-reflection. He asked himself probing questions about his fears, desires, and impulses, building inner strength through solitude. Friedrich Nietzsche, though often misunderstood, warned about the dangers of conforming to tribal thinking. He championed the idea that individuals must forge their own values rather than inherit them from culture, religion, or family. Both men exemplified a key truth. The person who can sit alone with their thoughts is the one who learns to think for themselves. And that kind of independent thinking is a threat to any system that relies on obedience. The dangerous mindset of the loner. What makes a solitary person psychologically dangerous? 3 major traits. 1. Freedom from approval addiction. Most people are addicted to likes, follows, and applause. The self-sufficient person isn't. Their self-worth comes from within. 2. Comfort with discomfort. While many reach for distractions at the first sign of boredom, the dangerous loner has faced their own fears, regrets, and shadows, and made peace with them. 3. Resistance to manipulation. You can't threaten someone with rejection if they don't crave acceptance. You can't bribe them with popularity if they don't seek it. And you can't shame them into conformity if they've defined their own values. Marcus Aurelius and the discipline of desire. Aurelius didn't just reflect, he trained. He reviewed each day, asking, "What did I want that I didn't need?" And, "Where did I compromise my values for approval?" His solitude wasn't isolation. It was self-mastery. This practice built a psychological resilience few can match today. Once you understand yourself deeply, the shallow opinions of others lose their grip. Nietzsche and the birth of values. Nietzsche pushed the boundaries further. He urged individuals to build their own moral frameworks, independent of tradition or external expectations. Most people adopt beliefs by default, but the dangerous individual questions them. Why do I believe this? And who benefits from me believing it? When you reject inherited dogma and think freely, you can no longer be controlled. Solitude versus loneliness. Our culture has deliberately blurred the lines between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness is lack, solitude is fullness. Loneliness craves company. Solitude enjoys presence. One seeks distraction, the other embraces reflection. This confusion benefits consumer culture. Lonely people buy more, post more, and conform more. Solitary individuals don't play that game. 4 pillars of dangerous solitude. Radical self-honesty. Dangerous individuals confront their own weaknesses, desires, and contradictions. They face reality without filters. 2. Value independence. They live by their own code, not one imposed by society or religion. Their morality is self-generated, not borrowed. 3. Emotional self-sufficiency. They don't outsource their emotional well-being. Their peace comes from within. 4. Intellectual courage. They think uncomfortable thoughts. They challenge norms. They speak truths others won't dare voice. The cost and reward of freedom. Choosing this path isn't easy. You'll be misunderstood, called arrogant or antisocial. Relationships may fade. People invested in your neediness may try to pull you back into conformity. But the alternative, selling your soul for approval, is far worse. Why society fears the self-sufficient. Economically, independent people don't consume mindlessly. Socially, they don't chase status. Politically, they're hard to sway. Psychologically, they highlight what others are running from. Their very presence reminds others of their dependence, becoming the modern Stoic. You don't need to disappear into the mountains. Start small. Spend 10 distraction-free minutes with your thoughts. Reflect like Marcus Aurelius. Question like Nietzsche. Build your own beliefs. Learn to enjoy your company. Stop performing for approval. Develop an inner world richer than anything outside. The paradox of solitude. Ironically, the person who doesn't need others often becomes the most magnetic. They're grounded, whole, and peaceful, and people are drawn to that. Relationships become more genuine. Work becomes more meaningful. Life becomes more aligned. Final call. Stay dangerous. Not dangerous in a harmful sense, but in a way that resists manipulation. Be the person who can't be bought, bullied, or swayed. Be the one who can stand alone. Because in a world obsessed with fitting in, the bravest act is to stand apart.